Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Lars Wolf with me, and my name is Jeremy Thurston. Today we are going to be testing out some Nameless tuning products today, exhaust, which we all love to hear that exhaust sound when we're running down the freeway racing somebody, whatever it might be. I don't want to know your illegal activities. But Lars, what do we have in store today?
Well, what we're going to be doing is we're going to take in a dB meter and we're going to be doing a various different tests on freeway drone, freeway pole, full launch, cruising around the neighborhood, just so we can get a good idea on what their exhaust system truly sounds like and how, when we upgrade to one of their Catless downpipes, the differences, and then we're going to see where we can position a resonator to get the best sound for you guys out there in the public.
I like the best sound.
Best sound is always good.
Best sound.
Best sound.
Biggest goal here is working with a company to make sure that you're not waking your neighbors up, but at the same time, you still get the love out of the car when you want the love out of the car, not the unwanted love.
That's right. No neighbor hate.
No neighbor hate.
All right, so the real big deal why I love the Nameless Performance stuff is that it's modular. So right now what we have on is we have the stock down pipe, stock mid pipe, I guess all it's one piece, and then we have this rear section that looks just like this, except it has the Nameless Performance mufflers that are on it. Now they build all their stuff in-house up in the Pacific Northwest, and it is all handmade. There's no machines that do any of this, and you can really tell the craftsmanship that goes into one of their pieces, and which is another reason why I love all their stuff. All right, so the system that we're going to be testing today is the Nameless Performance muffled system. Now it has two mufflers that they build in-house, where the one that you see in my hand is their straight race pipe that they provide with no mufflers. So again, we're going to be getting you this information later, but first it's going to be with the muffled section. All right, so what we're gonna start with is the cold start test. Now the dB meter is set up right there. It's set up at the 100 dB level, so we should be able to hear about what the car sounds like when it's on a cold start in the morning. And again, the measurements that we're using is at 45 degrees and at about 20 inches away from the exhaust. That's the information I could find online, so we're gonna go give it a start. Here we go. Start cycle down to its normal idle, we've gone from about 100 dB at startup down to about 96 to 95 dB at just rest. Again, about 20 inches away at 45 degrees away from the exhaust tip. Okay, so there might be some questions on how a dB meter works, or what the gauges that we're going to be looking at and what readings that you're going to be seeing. If you can see, the scale here is, it's first on, the range is set at about 90, it's starting at 90 dB. And so when you look at this scale, 0 will be 90 dB. If it goes down, that will be any number below that will subtract from 90, and any number above that will add to 90. So right now I'm talking at about 88 dB. And for most of the tests that we're going to be running on this, we're going to be starting at the 100 dB mark and then adjusting it from there.
All right, Lars, let's do a couple other tests with this. Let's do a 2,000 RPM, just hold rev in neutral, and then we'll go ahead and we'll rev it all the way up real quick in neutral too, just to kind of see what the band's going to sound like. And we'll get that as well, and we'll take the readings.
Sounds good.
Cool. Hit it. Reaching the 100 decibel level right now, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn the decibel reader up right now so we can get a better accurate view of really where it's actually settling down at.
drive around the neighborhood a little bit. I'm in second gear doing 20-25 miles an hour, and in third gear we're right about 90 dB, actually a little bit less, yeah, 90, 92. So that's, 25-30 miles an hour around the neighborhood. That's right where you're going to be at, about 90 dB inside. Now when we come out of this light, we're going to do a little bit of an acceleration, so we'll see what the dBs do at that point. All right, here we go. Just some local neighborhood stuff. We're doing 55 miles an hour, and the dBs are right about 98, 99 dB, shifting at about 4,000 RPMs. So not bad. So we're gonna get on the freeway here. We're gonna do our little pull, got our dB meter. Run it through its gears. I'm only at like part throttle, it's already 100 dB.
God, my Uber driver's crazy. Fuck.
So that pull to not very fast, wink wink nudge nudge, was at 100 dB inside the car. So completely tolerable.
Yeah, with intolerable G's.
Alright, so what we're going to do now is just get it into 6th gear, and what we usually cruise around on our freeways in my area, which is anywhere between 70 and 80. Like, get out of this freaking Prius's way. There's 80. 3,200 RPMs, and we're at 98 dB. It gets a little quieter when it's under no boost, but as soon as you come up on boost, it'll jump up in dBs for by about 2. Like right now we're at 95, and when it hits that boost, it jumps up to 99. So it does have an audible change, but it's really not that bad in the car.
So would you say it resonates higher at 3 grand, or where would you say that level is in the RPM band mostly?
It is definitely 3,000 to 4,000 RPM as you get that resonance level. Like right now we're at 2,500 and it's all but gone, and we're doing 70 miles an hour. So you can definitely hear that resonance come up at about 3,000 to 3,500, and then 4,000, 4,200 as it drops off. Alright, so the last test we're going to perform today is just kind of like neighborhood frontage road, kind of bypassing all kinds of stuff on your way to Home Depot on the weekend type thing, and just kind of testing what it is. Probably 45, 50 miles an hour. So 2,000 RPMs, 40, 45 miles an hour. And you're at like 90 dBs, 88 and 90 dB. Pretty quiet. So if you're in a neighborhood and you see a cop sitting on the side of the road, drop it into 6th gear, 5th gear, cruise on by, it won't be able to hear you. And then if we drop a gear, get into that resonance level, we're at 4,000, and we're already dropping down to 96, 92. It drops down in dB at 5,000 RPMs. We're only back at 90 dB. So that resonance level that you hear is really right around between 3,000 and 4,000 RPMs.
AKA, this is what we call the spinner.
Around the world.
All right, so a little bit of wrap up on the Nameless Exhaust System here. For me, this is my first day hearing the exhaust and driving in the car to actually experience it. Being in the back seat, hearing the different tones, different RPM ranges, the bands, full throttle, stuff like that. It's not crazy loud or anything like other exhaust systems I've heard. It's got a good clean tone to it. It doesn't get overly raspy, at certain levels, especially like 3,000 or 4,000 RPMs. Some of them get pretty raunchy and not necessarily a good tone that you want the neighbors to hear, so to say. But I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to hear the track setup, to be honest with you. I want to see how loud that thing really gets.
It's gonna be loud for sure. The other thing too is that I've been driving on this exhaust system for approximately 40,000 miles. There's 50,000 miles on the car right now. I got it about 10,000 miles installed, and so it goes to say that the longevity of the mufflers they're built for this system too. They're not glass packed, they're actually designed. They have some true engineering behind them. So the tone has not changed all that much since the very first time that I got them. So I'm very, very satisfied for what the exhaust is, what it's doing, and again, I'm very eager to hear the full straight pipe setup as well.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to be a part of the development right here and have some fun with these guys. It's always fun to try new parts, test new things out, and for us, it's we might be in the industry, but it's always a hobby and a passion at the same time.
For sure. And
we could be in different industries all day, making way more money, but instead we make a lot of money with smiles, lots of smiles.
So a huge thank you goes out to the guys at Nameless Performance. Thanks for letting us do this for you guys and get this information. A little props out to SOLO-WERKS and that company and some other ones. As always, everyone, hit that like, follow, share button. It helps us out tremendously, and we'll see you guys at the racetrack. Take care.
Cheers, guys.